Hey guys, and welcome to FanCast. We're very grateful to be recording from the historic St Kilda Sports Club, the oldest locker room in the Southern Hemisphere. Join us on the bench where we talk all things footy. We're fans, and this is FanCast.
Yeah.
Oh, when the Saints.
Yeah, they're marching in.
They're marching in.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely,
Yeah.
they're marching in.
Lids off for me.
Lids off. Excellent.
It's the fourth round in, my lid's off. We lost one of the games, and I don't care.
Look, there is such a thing as premature lidulation. all
We're
right?
masters
I
at
did it last year, and egg on my face.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm used to it. So,
Used to egg on your face?
yeah. So I'm just going to do it all over again. Here we go.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Steve-O, we are well rested this weekend.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. How boring was the round when Essendon Hawthorn don't play?
It's as if nothing
Oh my
happened.
God.
There's no
That's
headlines
right.
or good games.
All you had to do was watch the Saints play, and neither of you did you?
No, actually,
Did you?
that was one of the only games I watched this
You
weekend.
did?
Yes,
Were
yes.
you entertained?
Yeah. Port's comeback made it entertaining.
did.
Who's best on ground for you?
Oh, probably Higgins.
Yeah.
I would say.
Probably Horn Francis.
Nah.
True. The
Nah.
horny one was pretty good.
Nah, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't pretty good. Look at his stats. He wasn't that great.
Yep.
No.
No. Oh,
Not in that
I
game.
don't
No.
want to look at those stats.
Not in that game.
Those stats hurt my super coach eyes.
Overrated.
They made me love Supercoach.
Really?
Those stats. Yeah.
Well, do you have him on your team?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just
Joe
traded him
doesn't.
out.
Yeah.
I just traded him out.
You did.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys would
We did though.
destroy him.
Well, we beat them. But
Not him.
we had our hands full with Butters and Rosie. And
Yeah,
Butters was
Rosie was tagged out of the game.
yeah, and Butters was in a
Unbelievable.
bad mood, so he just played like a brat.
Yeah.
That probably is what did them in, to be honest.
Brat Summer for
Yeah.
Zach Butters.
Yeah, just a
That's
big
what the
brat.
cool kids say.
They're just a brat team in general, though, aren't they?
Yes, that's why it felt so good to beat them.
Honestly,
so good.
Port sucks.
They
not
really do.
not getting away from St Kilda, but
No.
Port suck.
I mean, they're just a bunch of sooky bitches.
Yeah,
tell
they're
them.
just, they're just
In
not a
the
very
first
good
2
team.
minutes.
Are
Yeah.
they?
Sooky bitches. I'm sick of it.
They've got
I'm
a gap
happy
year
they're
this
getting
year.
beat. I'm just happy they're
Yeah,
getting
the-
beat.
Yeah, good share. Gap year. That's what Port are having.
It's a
I
gap
get,
year.
Because they're
well,
getting two different opinions from two different head coaches,
Right.
realistically.
Yes.
that's true. But also, they were sooky bitches last year too. Sorry, but that's what they are.
That's what they are. Look, sometimes all you got to do is just call it as you see it.
That's right. And maybe Bergman will want to trade his Guernsey at the end of the year. We don't know.
Yeah, Bergman. He's,
Yeah,
he's,
that's a real chance of happening.
he's a big one.
Exactly. We'll take it.
Yep.
You?
Yeah.
You guys are
They've
We're
got
out
the
there.
war chest.
We're out there.
you guys are
putting out the
chasing everyone
offers.
with you guys are chasing everyone with a pulse at this point.
Nah, I think there's just a couple of spots that we'd like to fill. And,
But you have
that's
a
it.
great backline.
Look, I don't think we don't have a great back line, just to be clear. Most of our back line is gone. Thank you, Josh Battle. But, you know, Caminiti's doing a pretty good job back there.
He is on your camera.
He is. And they're playing a different style of footy, so the back line isn't as vital as it was to us last season. Because we like to keep the ball on the other side of the field for once.
Yes.
So we are playing different style. We've got young kids who are up for that style
Yep.
and can be fast and competitive. So I think we have I think that Ross is don't tell me I'm going too far.
No.
Ross is building a bit of a dynasty.
Yes,
I can
too
see
far.
the roots growing already.
Yes, too far.
No, he
Tell
is. He is, and it's going to
Tell
happen.
him.
No, nothing.
He is.
Look at your face,
He
bro.
is.
You're saying
is.
everything without saying anything. You gotta
didn't know
say
you-
something.
Argue
I
with
didn't know
me.
you were looking at me.
Argue with
I
me.
always look at you.
No,
No dynasty for St. Kilda. Okay. We're terrible. We'll always be terrible.
No, you're not terrible, but
No.
it's
Well,
hard to say
ask Kane.
dynasty team.
Ask Kane Corn,
Yeah,
though.
Kane. What do you reckon about the Saints, Kane?
Well,
What do you
I
reckon
want
about?
to know what happened to Kane. What did a Saint do to Kane Corn to make him such a sook about the Saints? Like, no credit when credit's due. No merit. I heard him on Fireball Monday. Not that I listen to it every week, but I
Yeah.
stupidly listened to it this week, hoping to see him crushed by the loss of Port Adelaide, which he was. But geez, to say the Saints are a bad team, you can get fucked, Kane.
Yeah, you tell him.
Seriously.
Tell him.
They're not bad. They're
Coming
not
off a win.
a bad team.
Coming off a win.
They're just not a bad team. You
It's
want to say North had some issues? Yes. You want to see Richmond aren't great? Yes. You want to see the Eagles? Meh. But he gives merits
Carlton.
to all these spoons, and then he turns around and says the Saints are bad. You know, eat shit, Kane. It's
100%.
so annoying. Also, the bullshit about McRae.
Oh.
I want to say, what a month ago saying he doesn't belong in the midfield. He has no involvement in the game. He gets ball gets, but what does he do with the ball? So he had more score involvements in the Port Adelaide game than any other player. He had more meters gained than most of the Port Adelaide football team. I'm really, how do you say you're stupid without saying it? I guess you just
look at Kane Corns.
just
do what he's doing.
Oh my God. It just made me really mad. And maybe that's his thing. Maybe he just wants all the Saints supporters to hate him because he thinks it doesn't matter. And maybe it doesn't. But I don't like it. So that's my rant.
We had a volcano eruption.
Anyway, Kane.
Volcano. I like it. I like it.
What can I say?
Pissed me off.
What can I say?
Sorry, I
missed
cursed in
you
the
as
first
host.
few minutes of the podcast, but I've been angry since the tram ride. So, yay. Get
She
fucked,
got it
Kane.
off her chest. Ladies and gentlemen, better out than in, I
had
like to
enough.
say.
I've had enough.
And
Anyway.
it looks, you can have enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure Carlton have also had enough of losing. I'm sure Carlton have had enough of starting the
Poor
first
Carlton.
half, being in front at half time
It's the same story every week, isn't it?
every week.
Do you feel bad
Great
for them?
first half. Oh,
Not yet?
no, we got their pick. No.
The Blues to
feel
lose.
bad for them.
The Blues to
I
lose is the
I
best
actually
pick
don't
ever.
dislike Carlton, but
What?
we have their
Don't
pick.
feel
I-
bad.
No, not everyone's the same, Joe. How boring of a world would be if it was just filled with Joes.
Do you not like Carlton?
Are you kidding me?
You just hate them. Like, is it an Essendon thing? Why do you have the hatred? Where does it come from? Did you have a childhood memory? Like,
It's their fans.
They just haven't done anything bad to Hawthorn where for me to care.
It's their fans. The second they get a sniff that Carlton are all right, they come out of the woodworks and they become the most obnoxious people of all time. It's just like, I much preferred you better when you sucked and you were a more mellow, humble person. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe
Well, they're like that now, aren't they?
now. It's awesome now.
Yeah.
It's awesome now. They're so much more mellow. They're humble. They acknowledge that their team sucks,
No.
and it's
but that's-
excellent.
But the team doesn't actually suck. That's the thing. I mean, they're playing like not great. But
Yeah, they
I
seem like
wouldn't
they
say
suck.
that they're bad players.
I'd say that if you are performing the way that they are performing, then yeah, they're just not good.
I don't know. Paddy Cripps, how many Brownlows? Is he
2.
a bad player?
They're a bad team. They're a bad team.
Collectively
They're a
together,
bad-
you think
Collectively,
they're bad.
they are a
And
bad
it's nothing
team.
to do
They're a
with the coaching.
poorly coached team.
That's what I think it is.
They're a poorly coached team.
Well,
No offense to my
well, the
fault.
coach is part of the team, though.
Yeah, but I actually don't think the players are just their system seems all off. Like just their inside 50 entries, just they're going faster than I feel like they were last year, but it's just all rushed and that's all system based. That the personnel like they just keep booting up high to Curnow and eventually when Mackay comes back, booting up high to him.
Which makes them a bad team until they change that, and then they become a good
true.
team.
I guess. That's coaching, in my opinion, though, not the players. I
But-
feel bad for them.
I mean,
They're doing what they're
yeah.
told.
They're doing what they're told, but at the same, I find it hard to believe that this is what they're told to do. I find it hard to
But, I
believe
mean-
that they are told, guys, bomb the ball high and long.
They've been doing that.
Not to your advantage, not to the forward's advantage. I hardly doubt that's what
They've
they're
been
told
doing
to
that
do.
every week though. So how is it different?
Because the players clearly haven't bought into the messaging,
Or
and they
they're-
don't believe
Or
that
they're being poorly messaged.
they could be poorly messaged.
I like this debate because, yeah, I like
Because
it.
clearly the coaching staff is not across everything. It just seems that there's no extra levers that can be
No.
pulled. It seems that they are trying to back in their system, but on the weekend it wasn't the weekend, on Thursday, on the week night against the Pies,
That felt like so long ago.
I know, it felt like so
It felt like
long
last
ago.
season
Yeah.
already.
But
Yeah.
like they were playing a kick mark type of game style, trying to possess the football, but they had less of the ball than Collingwood did.
Yeah.
Because like you guys can't hit targets. Why are you trying to play like Hawthorn from
They look-
2008?
Yeah.
They look like the Saints did 2 years ago. It's the style of the game they're playing. It's not. It doesn't work anymore. It
Correct.
doesn't work in this type of football. It's everything is moving much faster than they can keep up with. And I don't even want to say faster because I think not faster meaning I just think people are willing to give up the ball faster. So they're moving the ball from person to person, making it really difficult for anybody to get their hands on anyone with the ball. It's like
Yep.
a game of hot potato.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no, we're going to kick it once and it'll get into the 50. But no, because it's not. It's just, it's too much time.
Well, they may as well get off Voss now. What's the point of holding on to them? I don't see how this is changing.
I don't
Unless
know.
they change out the assistants.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a few coaches that have
Yeah.
been,
There's
like Dimmer Hardwick.
There's plenty of coaches ready for a phone call now to do
Adam
the,
Simpson.
do the gig. Adam Simpson,
Longmire,
John Longmire,
Tony
there's-
Mockbell,
he's available now, isn't he?
Carlton royalty, Lygon Street royalty,
Yeah. I
Ken
feel
Hinkley?
bad though.
Ken Hinkley potentially. Yeah.
Well, I feel bad because I think Carlton supporters are really shitty sometimes to their team, like the players. Like I think sometimes the players cop it for things that
Oh, we
are
can
not their fault.
we can be really shitty too at Essendon.
Yes, we know.
Like it's, but
Yeah,
at the same time, it just feels like the team itself is a little bit rudderless, a little bit lost, too reliant on Cripps, too reliant on too few to carry the heavy lifting, and
Yeah.
that's been the case for a long period of time. And the fact that that still hasn't changed to me just goes to show that they're a bad football club. Now, you can say it's a bit rich coming from Essendon, but I feel like we've had some significant changes off the field in recent times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like identifying Melbourne as being shit this year and taking their first round pick. How good is that?
Okay.
You don't agree?
I mean, I don't know. I said to you weeks ago, I see something different in Essendon. I do. I think they're playing with a lot of heart. I think that they struggled for a long time to really get that, to really have like soulful footy, if that makes sense. But they're there. So let's see how far it gets them.
Yeah, we got Melbourne this week coming off a look.
I
They
mean,
were
you
they were
beat
better
Melbourne.
this week against the Cats.
I think you could beat Melbourne.
I think so,
I
too.
mean, Melbourne are a mess, speaking of shitty football teams.
Well, I
we're gonna-
thought they were better this week than last week. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
What does that
not
mean?
saying much.
What does that
It's not
mean?
saying much. Like the
Yeah.
effort was there against the Cats, right?
Oh, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For a couple of quarters, but the same problems still lie.
Culture.
There's
Yeah.
no connection at all amongst the players.
But at least they all love each other.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Most important thing.
Yeah.
On the inside, we don't see it. On the outside, I don't know.
The best culture.
That's a load of bollocks. I don't
Yeah.
see where the love is.
no.
Well, is it almost like, they're protesting a bit too much?
Who are the Melbourne players?
Yeah, like maybe they don't love each other.
Well, I mean, Goodwin should go as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the point in keeping him now.
Chase Petrarca was not looking very loving after the game.
No.
No.
He looked quite distraught.
I mean, I
Poor
would
man.
be distraught. It sucks,
Should the AFL
mean,
implement a mid-season draft, like the mid-season trade, to
No,
let him
it's
No.
get
gonna
out?
make-
No, I'm very
You know
much
what?
against it.
You decided to stay. Suck it up and stay for the season.
I feel like it massively favours the Victorian clubs if it was introduced.
I don't
What
think...
about if a player that's got a family and they'd have to change schools mid-year just to be moving across the state? It would just be backup ruck to somewhere for a third round pick because their ruck is injured for the rest of the
Yeah.
season, type of thing. I just don't see it'd be entertaining.
Yeah, I think teams have to play together to get that cohesion too. So if you're going in the middle of the season, who knows what that's going to do for you?
Well,
in the
that's a
back
risk
half
that
of the
You get
season.
more than
team
enough
takes.
time in October. What is it? 3 months or
Yeah.
something to change clubs. Well, it is 10 days, but it feels like it drags on forever.
It's true.
Yeah, you got enough time then, and yeah, I don't think that should be
Yeah, I wouldn't.
implemented.
I wouldn't like it.
Well, you've got people scoping each other out from round 3, round 4. I mean, look at Oscar Allen.
Yeah, but sit where you're. Sit in your seat until you're called on.
Well, he's sitting there. He's still going to play for the team. He played on the weekend, but people are still already. People don't just start talking at the end of the season. People start talking.
Yeah, they
like
talk the
from
whole
now.
season.
Yeah, it's
Of
the whole
course.
season.
I just said something about a dynasty. People definitely talk in the early part of the season.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, to that extent, I don't think it's a big deal that Oscar Allen's talking to.
I know it doesn't mean anything at
At the end of the season, if he's going to be, he's up for contract, and he obviously knows his team's going through a rebuild. He's going to give his best now.
Yeah.
I don't see why he's not allowed to talk to.
Bad look for a captain though. Like just internally for West Coast.
West Coast know that they've got issues.
Well, from what it seems like, they probably want him gone.
Well,
they want that band one compensation.
Absolutely.
Did you know Toby Travalia played in the same team as Harley Reid?
No,
No. There you go.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
He looks good, Toby Trevelyan. He's a good player.
He's very good.
Very good. Harley Reid, on the other hand, is not looking
No, not looking so great. I think
too hot shot.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's a shame with the Eagles because I think they really got a boost from getting a new coach, and I think they really thought with Harley and a new coach it was going to amount to something a little more progressive, and it just doesn't feel like it has. I kind of feel like they're stuck in a swirling toilet bowl right now.
Well, second year Blues are legit.
Yeah. Is it second year? Well, for the coach, but not for the Eagles.
No, for the player. Like
I think-
Harley Reid,
for
for
Harley.
example.
I think the expectations might be getting
And they're
away.
But this
huge.
right
The
around the
amount
time-
they're asking out of him is just insane. The media, the football world,
Yeah.
I mean, how
West
long
Coast.
did Jason Horn-Francis left at North? Was
1
it
year.
1
1
year?
year.
Yeah. The sooks get sooky.
I don't know. I think Harley, the problem is they pump up his tires so much, completely out of his own control. I don't know. Eventually, you're not impervious to that. If everyone's talking about you're the greatest of all time, blah blah blah, you're always on the back
The
page of the
saviour.
Western. You're the
Yeah.
savior, the face of West Coast, BHP money, blah blah blah. Like all of this stuff comes your way. It's impossible not to. You almost gaslit into believing you are the best of all time. Almost.
Yeah.
It's like reverse gaslighting.
Yeah, but surely you want to play well regardless. Surely you're still working on your craft regardless.
You're not saying he's not working on his craft?
I mean, is he excelled much further this season than last from what you've seen? Can you see
No.
anything better? I would say if anything he's not as good.
Second year Blues.
Yeah, so just try to be better.
Well, of course. I just think that right now the expectation and pressure on him is,
Yeah,
is
It's
astronomical. And then you got all of these, well, we're apparently not helping if we're going to offer him $2 million a year. It's pretty hard to stay focused when you're presented with that sort of life-changing money as well.
I'm going to argue, though, I think the Hollywood Hawkies have taken away some of that media attention. So I don't know that Harley's been getting much attention other than the finger.
Well, we're not in WA.
That's true.
The WA slam Harley.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the same way they were slamming Luke Jackson.
Yeah, but how
last
many
year.
papers in the WA write about footy?
Jesse
I'd
Hogan.
imagine-
All of them.
Jesse Hogan as well at Freo when he wasn't working out. And
Yeah. Their farewell article about Simpson.
Look at him now, mate.
Oh, he's not going to be without a job for long.
A
No.
champion.
He's not going to be.
I think he's probably the go-to fit for Carlton short term.
I would think so.
When they're ready to win now, I think that's the guy you get for a few years.
You think he'd play for Carlton?
No, Simpson coach.
Adam Simpson.
Oh, Adam Simpson. You're talking about Jesse Hogan.
No, Adam Simpson. Yeah, not Jesse Hogan.
Nah.
What are you
Twinkle
talking-
Toes. Nah, Twinkle
He's
Toes
not
is
going
happy.
to Carlton.
He's happy at the Giants.
I don't trust Simo on a rebuild, but I think for a side like Carlton for the next few years, I reckon he's a good fit.
Interesting. That'd be interesting.
Because they need to be a bit like Collingwood under Bucks, where it was defend first, and then McRae comes in, and then they become a lot more better with the offensive ball movement.
Yeah.
Like they need Like they've got the forward line, but they need to be able to defend first and then.
Do they have the forward line? Have you seen their small forwards?
Yeah, I mean, Jesse Mottler
Yep.
is actually a good player.
He's the only one.
He's a good player.
For the smalls.
They got Orazio Fantasia if he can get
they're
healthy.
built for different. Again, they're built for long bomb.
Orazio.
Yeah.
Orazio.
They're built for long bombing. They're built for that kind of footy that they're playing. That's not the kind of footy that needs to be played.
They've got good ball users like Chera in the midfield, for example, that can hit a lead. George Hewitt is not a bad ball user either if he has they've got some ball users that can do it. I just don't think necessarily that they have to continue to persist in this style. They can do better if they have a better coach. And I think if Simpson is there and you're building it from a defense first and then attack forward, I mean, that's how Ross has been, right?
Yeah.
Ross has been that way as well with the defend first as a mindset.
Yeah, apparently that makes for really boring football.
Well, I think at this point now, Carlton just want winning football.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter how it comes
Yeah.
because they're 0-4.
They just want to contend.
They did keep Collingwood to 63 points, which actually is pretty good.
Very
Collingwood
good.
are usually a high-scoring team, so it's not like they just opened the floodgates.
Correct.
I don't know. I think they'll improve as the season goes on. We'll see what happens.
Well, I really hope they lose to West Coast this week. That would be that would be amazing if that happened.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I just want to see Carlton press conference and then Voss is fronting the media and it's just like, yeah, we have decided to go separate ways because I don't know how you survive that. I don't know how you survive 0-5.
I don't know.
Coming off a loss to West Coast.
How many did Brisbane lose last season though? 0-5. They went
Brisbane?
0-5. Last
Yeah,
season,
they were like 3-7 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost quite a bit in the beginning.
But yeah, they were losing. But the underlying statistics
were good.
were really still positive
Yeah.
for the Lions last year.
Yeah.
They were still like top 4 in restricting scores and they were still like top 4 when it comes to like I think conversion going inside 50. They had some really good metrics that they could build off on and they just needed the form and to hit their stride. Whereas at this point in time, I don't know how Carlton get out of this rut because I don't know how much of it is mental, how much is physical. I find it hard to believe that they are physically unfit, that they can't run out a full game of football. It's clearly between the ears that they know half times come. Oh shit!
You think?
I think so. Like they looked terrific after half time. They haven't looked likely at all after halftime in any game so far this year. And if anything, it actually started in the second quarter against Collingwood. Carlton kicked 1 goal straight to Collingwood's 0 goals 5.
Yeah.
Collingwood could have ended the game or
Right.
put a big margin on them in that second quarter. And you can't tell me that's because of lack of fitness. I genuinely think there is a fear of halftime almost at this point.
I mean, maybe it's just a pattern.
What's
a
the
bad
messaging?
habit, maybe.
That's what I'd love to know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah,
The messaging at halftime.
correct.
Sure.
I don't know.
That would 100% be awesome. If someone can slip a mic in, it would be great, and give us the juicy goss. The
Yeah.
cats just refuse to die. The cats are really
Yeah, I
good.
said that. 9 lives.
9 lives, 9 million lives. But they play their home ground to perfection. I mean,
they
it's
do.
a runway. You can't
Yeah.
run
Yeah.
on something so long and thin. Like
No.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations to them, the Flogs. All right, and then we get to Gold Coast, and it's because I call them Flogs because it's the biggest home ground advantage in football.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Their ground's not regulation.
No, it's true. It's true. I agree.
Like, seriously.
Yep, spot on.
But Gold Coast Adelaide, who do you think deserved to win that game?
Look, I tipped the Suns.
Me too. But who do you think deserved to win that game?
Hey, the Suns won.
Who do you think was better?
Who was better? It's a good question.
I thought they were pretty evenly matched.
They were very evenly matched. That's why it was a bit of a coin toss to me.
Mm.
And I think both teams take a lot out of that performance.
Yeah.
I think this is a team where both teams almost won.
I think if there's any time to lose, now's the time. I know the Crows may be disappointed, but this is when you learn your lessons.
Yeah.
Like, don't get within 1 point, one umpire. Look, everyone knows the umpire calls are bad. Everyone knows you get a bad you get a bad run.
Yep.
Don't let it get so close that that's the end of the game for you. It should never be one mark that decides a game. So it could be frustrating, but just play better. You know?
Well, we called it earlier on in the season that this is probably the best forward line in the comp.
The Crows.
The
Or
Crows.
Gold Coast.
The Crows.
Mm.
They're three-headed monster.
Can't stand the
I love-
beard.
Tex, Phil
love
Thorpe,
it.
Fogarty.
So good to watch.
I mean, they kicked.
It's like watching the Appalachian.
So it was
Mountain.
5 goals, 2. 5 goals, 2 to Phil Thorpe. 4 goals, 1 for Tex. 3 goals straight for Fog. That is 13. 13? 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 5. 12 goals out of the 14
That's unbelievable.
work from these three.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that is a frightening trio.
Yeah.
And the Suns, I think, have a pretty decent backline playing at home in those in those conditions as well. And they really could have won because Rankin's quite a good shot on goal, and he wasn't far away from the sticks. So this could have been stolen by the Crows.
Could have.
And they should be really bullish with playing without Matt Crouch as one of their premier on ballers.
Yeah.
Geez, they look the goods. The Crows. I think
They
they're
did
almost.
look
I think
good.
they're cemented for top 8 unless
I
something
definitely
drastic
think they're
happens.
cemented for time. I'm just curious how long does it last?
Mm.
Because it rarely, unless you're Geelong,
Yeah.
or like Melbourne would do this, they would win game after game after game after game and then lose in the finals.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's what they'll do. I just wonder how long the winning lasts because it's a long season.
It is.
I don't know.
They look good though.
They do look good.
Yeah,
They do look good for now.
Yeah, both look for
Both
me.
look very good.
Look top 8.
I agree.
Yeah.
Rowell, Anderson,
Yeah.
It's a
Tuke Miller.
ridiculous midfield.
That's a great
Yeah.
midfield. Witz is still doing his thing.
Yeah, how underrated has Witsy been this year?
Absolutely.
He's been tremendous.
100%. He's been better than Gawn.
He's taken Gawn's talent. They've swapped each other around. Not saying Witch has been a bad player,
Poor Gawn.
but he's never been this.
Yeah, I feel like this might be a career best season for Witsy.
Yep.
Very impressive stuff.
I think that also the Tigers were impressive.
They were.
Considering, because, we smashed them up, but Brisbane didn't. I guess they were resting in that one.
Potentially. But the Tigers took it up to him.
They did. Good for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We love a good underdog that fights hard.
Yep.
Only to go down by less than 5 points against the reigning premier.
I think that's great.
5
is
points.
So impressive. Less than 5 goals.
Yeah,
Sorry, did I
5
say
goals.
5 points?
Yeah.
You said
Sorry.
points.
Less than 5 goals against the
Yeah.
reigning premier is really impressive.
Did you see
think
that
so.
Will Ashcroft goal?
Far out. What a joke.
He
didn't
might win
watch
goal of the year again.
I didn't watch
You
that.
didn't watch that one? You just
Well, don't bring it up.
pull it
Yeah,
up.
bring it up.
Yeah, no, you gotta watch
Bring it
it.
up.
Live react to it.
Yeah, that goal was just quite. As soon as I saw it, I could see him that he was pressed up on the boundary and he's looking in, doing the team thing.
That doesn't even look possible.
And then I saw the Richmond player defender, I forgot who it was, jump up to smother it, and I thought, oh no, he's too close.
shit.
He's got him smothered. And then it went under him.
He made the pocket look
Oh, wow.
look not that narrow.
Correct.
With that kick.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, Brisbane are really talented and they're very well coached.
Very well coached.
Very well coached.
With some very talented players.
I mean, that would never happen. If that was a St Kilda player, that ball would have bounced total opposite
You
direction.
just can't teach
There's no
that.
chance
Yeah.
that would have happened
Yeah.
if that was a Saints game.
Like you can't
No
teach
chance.
that. You either got
No.
it. You've
Everyone
either
would
got
be
it or
on
you
the
don't.
line.
You cannot. Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
but the thing is, he was looking central. So everyone's going to guard
Yeah,
the inner kick.
It was like
Yeah.
a fake. Hey, no, I'm going here.
Really
No,
good.
I'm dribbling it.
And then he went underneath, and
He's
I'm just
good,
like,
though.
no way. And then
He's
it did
good.
go through.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good to watch.
yeah, he's good. Will
Yeah.
very very
you know,
good
it wasn't
value.
good to watch.
Yeah, that was disappointing. This next one.
I was there.
You were there.
Yeah, she was
What were
there.
you doing there?
She
I
said
was
that
just
last
there
week.
to support North.
Look, I tipped North as well.
I really had the faith, but see, I do this all the time. I love disappointment. I was at the game. I was with 2 very fun people, so it was okay. But
Nice.
geez, that was so disappointing. That looked like the ruse of, I don't know, yesteryear. It didn't look good. And I don't know, I don't know what disturbed me more, the performance or Clarko's presser. Because he just was like, the Swans were really good. I mean,
Yeah,
come on, mate.
nah. We need old Clarko back. We need fierce Clarko back. It's all the coaches now. Like Ross has gotten jolly. Clarko's gotten jolly. Brad Scott's gotten jolly.
Ross does break a phone every time. Every time
Yeah,
he's up there
true.
in the
Brad
box
Scott
phone.
jolly?
Yeah.
Brad?
I wouldn't say Brad's jolly. He looks depressed most of the
No,
time.
what I mean at the press conferences.
Nah, he's just the biggest word salad
Yeah.
of
I
all
think
time.
He's
Yeah.
got many words.
Very different to what he used to do in the press conferences for North, though.
Yeah, now he's a lot more measured.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But he's not joyful by any means.
I think he's made North a lot more physical, which is great. Like
Yes.
now they're fighting they're putting up a fight in a
Shin
lot of the
boners.
games, and I love to watch that. It's one of my favorite things. But, you got to win. Got to
Yeah.
win.
Or be competitive.
And at least North have got a coach now where if he's talking, you're listening. That
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
aura.
But what's he
about him.
saying? The Swans were good. I just didn't
Yeah.
like that presser. That was just
The
terrible.
Swans are good.
Doesn't
I mean,
get
I'm
any
not
better with
saying
them
they're
playing
not.
Gold Coast too.
I know, right?
But you can't say that. They lost by 10 goals.
And you look at who the Swans were missing
Mm.
that week.
It's no good.
They were missing Adams, Cunningham, Papley, Melican, Mills, Goulden,
Yeah.
Fox. They were actually younger than North Melbourne were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit out coached.
They weren't missing Riley Bice though. How good was he?
I was.
Maybe Clarko just got out coached.
Look,
Yeah.
potentially, but
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
And that's why he didn't want to blame the players, A. Can't say
Correct.
the
If
players.
he coaches next week, they
Yeah.
might have a chance.
Well, let's see what happens. But
Yeah,
I
so-
felt bad for them, but, I
And
know,
they've had-
I know how to feel down in the dumps after you're so hopeful.
and they've had the boots sunk into them a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are calling them out. Like, how much
They'll
do you
bounce back.
anticipate them to? I don't know. The North were interesting because what were people's realistic expectations for them this
To be
year?
competitive in that game. I think the expectation was if you come out and play the Swans, at least you can be competitive and we can be questioning, whether or not you can actually beat them.
They
But that
should
was
be.
not
They should
competitive.
be winning 7-8 games this year.
Yeah.
Which
they
is still
might.
on the cards.
They might. This is just, maybe it's a mulligan.
Mulligan.
see.
There you go. Mulligan. The Eagles will hopefully consider this one a mulligan as well.
I mean,
because that
no, the
was-
Eagle. Who expected anything other than that? Who expected?
I think they accepted it themselves as
yeah.
well, to be honest.
I don't think that was just.
That was
I
brutal.
didn't see a second
To
of
be
that.
honest, I enjoyed an easy tip.
Yeah, it was an easy tip.
Fine.
I
For
happily
once,
enjoy
an
it.
easy tip.
Wait, do you got Anna? Do you remember my big call last week?
Yeah. Well, no. What was your big call?
I was so close.
Yeah, what was,
so
wait, what was
close.
it? For Jesse Hogan to kick what?
10.
10.
Where did he kick 9?
Kick 9.
Oh, yeah.
So close.
Ah.
So,
I'll give it to you.
yeah, you'll give it.
That's really close.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, that's rare.
If someone kicks 9 goals, you might as well have said they kicked 12.
It's
Like,
close
9
enough.
goals is so
It's
much.
close enough.
Yeah.
We barely
That's
see
huge.
it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish he went
And
13.
all of a sudden, he's back in the Coleman medal race after missing a few games.
Yeah.
He's a gun.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Good to see him
he's
back fully
such
firing.
a big dude to be tiptoeing like that. It's just like, it's so
It's
great.
pretty funny.
It's so great.
It reminds me of the Flintstones trying to play
Just drives
bowling.
me nuts.
It's the Flintstones trying to play bowling. But honestly, like, he is...
Because he's wearing orange.
Exactly. On top of that,
maybe,
like
yeah.
all of these things it screams to me the Flintstones playing bowling. But honestly, this game could have well and truly been over 100 points. They blew so many easy opportunities in the first quarter. Marriage took all the kick-ins, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
But geez, like it was brutal. And yeah, the Eagles need McGovern to come back ASAP, which he won't. So there you go. Bad luck to the Eagles. We spoke about you boys.
We
We're very
did
happy
speak
about
about
them.
my boys. We
Very
didn't have to go
good.
in. My big prediction last week was that Freo or Bulldogs, someone would be a blowout, but I failed
No
on that
blowout.
one. No blowout. But it looked like it was going to be.
It was
for
looking
a
like a
second.
Freo blowout.
It
but,
was.
Yeah.
Dogs fought back because
good for them.
Fremantle, for some reason, left 4 interchanges for the last quarter.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, what?
Who is managing that?
I don't know.
I don't recall that happening in a long time.
That's North Melbourne-esque against
Yeah.
Sydney. Remember when North Melbourne did the
That
one
was like
extra
two-
2 minutes?
two seasons ago.
That cost them the game.
And
That's
then
unbelievable.
Buddy was like celebrating off his head like, yeah. It's like, bro, calm down.
That's massively flown under the radar, that game, and how that ended.
Unreal.
No
Yeah.
one talks about it. That is
Not
just
anymore.
the saddest way to lose.
But that was Rats, wasn't it?
yeah, Brett
That's when
Ratton.
Rats
Yep.
was down there.
It was Rats. You
Yeah.
can't blame Rats, though,
I'm
for
just
that.
asking if that's
Yeah,
under
okay,
his
I'm just
reign.
saying, don't blame
She
him.
was not blaming Rats there,
I didn't
Joe.
blame him, I just said-
you know, 1 week back, and you know you're trying to impress as host after
Yeah.
I was host last week. So just get off your high horse and just settle the fuck down, would you?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is he?
I
coming
missed
for your
something.
job, mate.
I've missed something, yeah.
He's saying you might feel intimidated by his hosting capability from last week because he almost got the intro right.
First time, too.
Very close.
First time. We
Mate,
didn't
if
have to do any
you want to be the host, bro, you can do it. You can do it, bro. I'm not here to start into anything.
Oh,
You
no,
want to
I'm
be the
good.
host,
I'm
bro?
good.
You're happy to be the host.
No,
Jeez.
please host.
You know the best thing with that buy? How about that buy? Did anyone see that?
Yeah, that buy was wonderful.
Yeah, no, it was a good week off. Yeah, no.
Good win.
Yeah, how
We
do you
didn't
think-
lose. Yeah, we
how
didn't
do-
win, but we didn't lose
you think-
either.
Yeah, no. I'm just nice to just watch the carnage unfold for a week.
Yeah, how do you think the buy will serve you?
Fine. Yeah.
I was so nervous when they came out of nowhere. Look,
What'd you
actually,
say?
I want to say, Sam Darcy. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Freak.
Holy crap! Sam Darcy can be the host of this show right now,
I
and
know,
I
but
have
can
no
we-
problems. All right, not him. Sam Darcy can be the host
never
of this
say
show.
a bad word about Sam
Never
Darcy.
say a bad word about
You
Sam
know what?
Darcy.
I'm just glad people stopped talking about Nick Dacos. So welcome, Sam Darcy.
Who? Who this? Oh, thanks.
Welcome, Sam Darcy.
Who this? Yeah,
To
no,
the
Sam
fold.
Darcy, what a ledge. You were asking about the buy. I think the buy is coming at a great time. I think the buy is
for
exactly
Essendon.
for
Wait.
both.
Yeah.
Sorry, one thing before we go past Sam Darcy.
Yes, please.
I was listening to Dwayne's World today, the radio show. There was a caller that came up. Oh, g'day, mate. Love the show, all that. Everyone's talking about how great Darcy is. What happens when it's winter? When it's raining and it's cold? And I'm thinking, well, he plays at Marvel, so it'll be dry for most of the time, I would have thought. So I don't think that's even scarier for opposition, that he doesn't barely have to deal with conditions.
Some people.
Some,
Maybe
sounds
he's
like something-
concerned.
Are you sure? Was that Kane? Did Kane Corn call in?
No, he called him best player in the comp,
Who did?
Kane Corns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well.
I'd say he's the best forward. in
No,
the
it was
comp at
probably
the
Todd
moment.
from Bowen Heads.
Yeah,
Best player in the
exactly.
comp after 75 other people said it.
I
Good
reckon
for
he's
you.
he's the best forward. For
Maybe.
Sure.
We'll see.
Is there a better forward in the comp right now than him? You could probably say maybe JC Hogan's up there.
Nah,
I'm
Kingy
still
had
going Jesse Hogan, but there's a different. I reckon Hogan's the best forward. I reckon Darcy's the most unstoppable forward.
Which means he's the best forward.
No, it doesn't necessarily
Who
mean
did
that.
David King said? Someone completely, none of these people. He just made a
What did he
comment
say about the
best
Darcy Burn
forward.
Jones? I believe he didn't get head.
Yeah.
That was the quote. Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah. And then he said, I
Maybe.
should have said shoulder.
Yeah. I think he did get head.
Yeah.
I think he did get a little head there. It wasn't big head. It was just a little head, right? A little head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right above the shoulders, actually.
Right above
That's
the
where
neck.
it is.
Yeah, the neck.
Yeah. Right
Yeah.
above the shoulders, little bit of head.
Yeah. It was a bit of rough head as well. Yeah.
Jeez.
Bit of rough. Little bit of rough.
Yeah.
I go away for 1 week, and then you guys get really comfortable with the dirty jokes.
Yeah.
What have I got into, Dave?
I mean, we didn't start.
This
we
is
didn't
not
start
PG.
It,
This is not what I signed up
it
for.
is so PG.
Meanwhile, me at the start advocating for depression and,
Yeah.
and just the pain of the Carlton
Why
supporters.
don't you have anxiety, Anna?
The Blues to lose is my favourite
Yeah.
tip in the competition, and I love tipping against the Pies.
Yes.
because my hate doesn't lie. But yeah, there you go. So that's the week that was. Wonderful
Speaking of
week.
mental health,
What about it?
just a shout out to Jack Higgins because he's getting a lot of hate for calling the city of churches boring.
With Gather Round as well coming up.
I mean, I've met a lot of people who've been bored in Adelaide. It's not a unique opinion that he shared. And, you know,
Is he
depends.
getting shit
Call
for
of
it?
Duty-
I haven't heard
he's
anything
getting
bad
some
about
shit.
it.
Oh yeah, he's getting some shit. You know, and social media shit at least.
Yeah.
Everyone's made a meme out of that.
It reminds me
interview.
of your boy, Sicily.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with Tassie.
With Tassie. Would you move here? No, shit's boring here. I can't live here.
His was a lot worse than what Higgins said.
Yeah, it's like, oh, no, there's no way I can live here. This place is a shithole, basically, is what he said.
I mean, you know.
And you guys are sponsored by Tasmania as well.
Yeah, I know. And it's like he was just appointed captain. I'm like, no, that's...
yeah, that was way worse.
You've been in the league forever. Where's the media training for captain?
Yeah.
So a captain can say that, but a captain can't talk to Sam Mitchell?
Yes.
Double standards at the Hawks. Unbelievable.
Just because you can't attract anyone, who can you attract? A delicious Brisbane player.
Hey, we attracted Ben Mackay, Stringer, Sard, Shield. We attract a lot of people. Gresh. The fresh
Goldstein.
Gresh. Hey, we attract a lot of people. The thing
Ben
is,
Jacobs.
are they the ones who are going to take us to a premiership? That's the question.
Yeah.
And you guys are the luckiest team in the competition outside of Collingwood.
Yeah, no,
How you
because-
dodged the Ben Mackay bullet is out the... You are offering him more money.
Thank you.
You offered him more money than we did.
We wouldn't have gotten Barras or Battle with it, so I'm
they-
just saying thank you. Thank you.
Like, we could have had Barras or Battle
Oh,
because you would have had Mackay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I don't know if Battle would have gone to Essendon.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. I mean, look,
Money
he's
talks.
a traitor to me anyway.
Money
Who
talks.
cares where he's gone?
He took less money to come to Hawthorn.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
Yeah, Mackay
He's
took less
a
money
traitor.
to come to Essendon.
Yeah, because we were 16th and you guys were 11th, and that was the reason.
Disgusting.
Anyway, shout out to Higo.
Fair enough.
Keep with the Call of Duty, whatever keeps you kicking bags.
shout
Just
out
do
to
that.
mental health and all that.
Mental
Yeah.
health. We need a mental
Shout
health
out to
round.
mental health.
We need mental health round.
We're also
Isn't that
negative,
gonna be
as if they're going
gather
to implement a mental health round. We're also negative.
Danny Frawley round.
I'm not negative. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I'm happy as well. I mean, we're both happy.
Oh my God. Is
we're
this
all happy.
1 week where we're all happy? We should
The
celebrate.
only time for the
It's a
year this will.
Big happy sandwich. 2 buys and a happy winner in
Well,
the middle.
Yep.
we'll do the tips in the next video, and we'll
Yeah.
see whether or not we anticipate that all three of us will still be happy or not. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. If you enjoyed the chaos that you had to witness, as is the usual here on this bench, please drop us a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell to not miss out on any of the content we're pumping out. We will be at Gather Round as well, so there will be some stuff there. If you are at Gather Round, please don't hesitate to have a look, yell at us and say, hey, you guys are either really funny or you're really stupid. Either way, we're happy to take that feedback on board.
Not
Please
me.
be the
Don't say anything
Do
to
the
me.
funny. The funny stuff is more. Yeah, the funny stuff is probably a bit better. Anna,
Yeah?
Steve-O,
Enjoy Gather Round, Joe.
Yeah?
It'll be good fun. I've been the last couple of years. I've really enjoyed it.
is
So.
Adelaide really as shit as Figo says?
It's really good for a holiday.
And on that note,
On that note.
and on that note, we'll see you guys in the tips video.
Bye.
Bye.